Welcome back to my channel Old Coin Spot, to another fascinating journey where we uncover hidden treasures that many people overlook in their everyday lives. Today, we step into the world of history, legacy, and rare beauty that lies quietly in the palm of your hand. Now, let's turn our attention to top 4 of the most remarkable Australian coins ever struck. First up, the 1969 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark. This piece of metal is not just currency, it is a story, a work of art, and above all, a collectible treasure that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades. The year was 1969, and Australia was still adjusting to decimal currency after saying goodbye to the old pound, shilling, and pence system in 1966. The 50-cent coin had already gone through a major change, with the silver composition of the 1966 edition quickly replaced by copper-nickel because silver prices soared. By 1969, the nation was ready to issue coins that would be used every day, but what makes this specific year's issue so special is its low survival in pristine condition. This coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, designed by Arnold Machin. His portrait of the young queen became one of the most iconic designs, not only in Australia but across many Commonwealth nations. The other side of the coin proudly displays the Australian coat of arms, kangaroo and emu standing tall, symbols of progress and national identity. At first glance, it may look like just another coin from the late 60s, but its true value lies in the details. Collectors know that not every 1969 50 cent is equal. Some have been preserved with extraordinary care, and when such a coin is discovered, its market value can soar into the thousands. Why is it valuable? One reason is scarcity in top condition. The vast majority of 1969 coins were used heavily in circulation, passed from hand to hand, losing their shine and collecting scratches along the way. Finding one in near-perfect condition today is like discovering a time capsule, an untouched piece of Australian history. Another factor is the absence of a mint mark. Unlike coins that can be traced back to specific mints, the 1969 issue has no mint mark, which makes the coin easier to identify and even more desirable among collectors who chase varieties and rare editions. Over time, interest in Australian decimal coins has grown tremendously. Collectors worldwide now pay attention not just to gold sovereigns or pre-decimal silver, but to pieces like this one that marked the country's transition into modern coinage. The 1969 no mint mark 50 cent has steadily gained recognition as one of the must-have pieces in any serious collection. Imagine holding this coin in your hand. What was once simply change for groceries could today bring a collector's bid of over $3,500 for a flawless example. In some markets, values climb closer to $5,000 when the condition is exceptional. For everyday circulated coins in good shape, the value might be lower, but for the best of the best, the ceiling pushes much higher. And that's where the excitement comes in. Because for those who stumble upon one in top grade, the potential maximum value can reach an astonishing $9,000, especially if it has been preserved with mirror-like brilliance, free from wear. Yes, a single 50-cent coin from 1969 can open doors to wealth and opportunity that few would expect. Collectors often describe this coin as a sleeper treasure. It may not be as flashy as a gold sovereign, yet in terms of growth and demand, it has consistently proven itself to be a powerhouse. With the rise of online auctions and global interest in numismatics, the coin's reach has only expanded. For many Australians, this piece is more than money, it's a connection to a significant era. The late 1960s were marked by cultural change, international achievements like the moon landing, and Australia's evolving place in the world. The 50-cent coin of 1969 embodies that history in a way no paper record could ever capture. This is why collectors chase it. This is why dealers showcase it. And this is why ordinary people who find one in their drawers or inherit one from family are often stunned to learn just how much it can bring in the open market. It is important to remember that coins like this aren't just measured in dollars. They represent heritage, craftsmanship, and a bridge across generations. But when passion meets market demand, the financial rewards can be staggering. So if you happen to own an Australian 1969 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin without a mint mark, take a closer look. Inspect its condition, check its details, and understand what you have. Because in some cases, you might be holding a piece that can sell for thousands of dollars, perhaps even up to $9,000 in maximum value. What began as a circulating coin has transformed into a collectible gem. Its rise in popularity continues to inspire collectors, investors, and history lovers alike. That is the true power of numismatics, turning everyday objects into extraordinary treasures. Hold on to it, cherish it, and know that you are preserving not just metal, but a piece of Australia's proud story. This is the legacy of the 1969 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin, and its value, both in history and in dollars, makes it one of the most remarkable treasures you could ever own. Next up, the Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1979 with no mint mark stands as one of the enduring symbols of the nation's decimal coinage system. This particular coin has fascinated collectors for its design, its history, and the potential it carries as a long-term collectible treasure. Issued during the late 1970s, this coin represents a period of stability in Australian currency, yet even in such ordinary times, extraordinary collectibles can emerge. Unlike earlier issues from the 1960s, which were struck during the dramatic transition from pounds to dollars, the 1979 50-cent coin is part of a more established minting program. But within its ordinary appearance lies hidden value that continues to inspire coin enthusiasts. On the obverse of the coin, we see the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. His youthful depiction of the Queen is timeless, capturing her in regal poise, and it became one of the most recognized designs across the Commonwealth. The reverse side, as always, showcases the Australian coat of arms, complete with the kangaroo and emu flanking the shield. The absence of a mint mark gives this coin a distinct position. Collectors often look for variations, errors, or unique identifiers, and in the case of the 1979 edition, the no mint mark issue remains an important feature. Its presence in the market today is not just about quantity but about condition, rarity of preservation, and demand among serious numismatists. Over the decades, many of these coins entered circulation, meaning they were used in shops, passed in change, and stored in pockets and purses. Naturally, heavy circulation meant wear and tear, which reduced the number of surviving coins in high grades. And that is exactly why finding one today in mint state condition holds so much promise. When we ask about value, we must consider two timelines, the present and the future. Right now, in today's collector market, a 1979 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin in average circulated condition can still draw attention. But when one is discovered in near uncirculated or proof-like quality, its worth rises significantly. In such premium condition, this coin can currently reach values of $1,000 to $2,500 depending on grade and appeal. The highest prices, however, are reserved for the most stunning examples. Collectors are known to pay thousands for a coin that looks untouched, and for the 1979 issue, this can push the maximum selling price closer to $5,000 at this moment in time. That is an impressive figure for a coin that many people once overlooked as common pocket change. Looking into the future, the potential is even greater. With each passing year, more of these coins are lost, damaged, or overlooked, making high-grade survivors increasingly rare. As rarity grows, so too does value. It is not unrealistic to expect this coin's maximum price to climb to $7,000 or even $9,000 as the market strengthens and interest in Australian decimal coins continues to rise. Its value is also tied to history. The late 1970s were an era of change for Australia on the global stage, and coins from that period now serve as lasting tokens of the country's identity. This is why so many collectors, both domestic and international, seek to preserve them. For investors, this coin represents an opportunity. It may not shine with silver content like the 1966 round 50 cent, but it shines in collectible appeal. Its future trajectory depends on scarcity in high grade, and scarcity always drives prices upward in numismatics. What makes this coin so compelling is the balance between accessibility and exclusivity. On one hand, it is a coin that was used by millions, making it familiar and nostalgic. On the other hand, Finding one in gem condition is like uncovering buried treasure. That dual nature is what creates excitement in the marketplace. Collectors who acquire the 1979 50-cent coin in pristine state are not only buying metal, they are buying a slice of history that becomes more valuable with time. Every decade that passes will only magnify its scarcity and push its value higher. The story of this coin is not finished. As auctions continue to feature standout examples, we are seeing more recognition for this issue. Dealers showcase them, collectors bid passionately, and every sale adds another layer to its reputation as a coin of significant worth. Even today, the demand for this coin is healthy. That is why a seller with a flawless example can realistically aim for thousands. The market rewards quality, and this coin is no exception. The maximum value right now can comfortably stretch into several $1,000s, with the very best reaching that $5,000 mark. And yet, the horizon is brighter still. As years roll forward, the same coin could rise in value, becoming a future powerhouse of Australian decimal coinage. Collectors know that time works in favor of rarity, and that makes the 1979 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin a wise piece to hold. It is a coin that reminds us how something ordinary can become extraordinary when preserved, appreciated, and understood. From a simple piece of change to a prize commanding thousands of dollars, its journey is as fascinating as the history it represents. The maximum potential for this coin in the future is inspiring. Collectors can dream of values reaching into the $9,000 range as rarity and demand converge. That is why this coin should never be underestimated. Right now, if you own one, especially in excellent condition, you hold more than just currency, you hold an asset with both present-day value and future potential. The maximum selling price at this moment might reach around $5,000, but in years to come, that number could nearly double. The Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1979 with no mint mark is therefore a story of value, growth, and opportunity. It is a reminder that treasures often come in small, unexpected forms, and those who recognize them early are the ones who reap the rewards later. Next up, the Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1980 with no mint mark is a remarkable piece of currency that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades. Struck at a time when decimal currency was already well established in the country, this coin carries with it a fascinating story of history, national identity, and collectible value. This coin was produced in 1980, a year that continued Australia's journey into modern coinage. By then, the 50-cent coin had replaced the round silver issues of 1966 and had already become an essential part of everyday life. Yet the coins from 1980 stand out because they showcase a consistency in design and production that collectors still admire today. On the obverse of the coin, you see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. His portrait was used for many years and remains one of the most beloved designs, highlighting the Queen in youthful elegance. On the reverse is the Australian coat of arms, featuring the kangaroo and emu standing guard beside the national shield, a timeless representation of the country's strength and progress. The 1980 issue bears no mint mark, and this simplicity gives it a uniform identity across the mintage. It was built not only to serve as currency but also as a lasting symbol of Australia's stability in the late 20th century. Even though it circulated widely, it was struck with the same precision and detail that makes well-preserved examples stand out today. Collectors often ask how many people truly want to buy this coin, and the answer is impressive. Interest in Australian decimal coinage has grown globally, and the 1980 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin is part of that wave of demand. Thousands of collectors actively seek out coins from this period, and when one in mint condition appears, there is always a line of buyers ready to compete for it. Its history alone is enough to make it special, but value is what excites collectors most. Right now, this coin can command strong prices, especially in high-grade condition. Circulated examples still find buyers, but it is the flawless coins, preserved carefully and free from wear, that achieve the greatest rewards. Currently, a high-grade 1980 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin can sell for hundreds of dollars, with premium examples rising into the thousands. The exact figure depends on quality, but the most outstanding specimens can command up to $4,000 or even $5,000 in the present market. That is a powerful statement for a coin that once exchanged hands as ordinary money. The value is real, and it is growing. Collectors recognize that coins from this era, though more modern than pre-decimal issues, are becoming harder to find in pristine state. Each year, the supply of untouched examples shrinks, and with that, the demand only becomes stronger. It is also important to consider future potential. As the decades pass, coins like the 1980 50-cent piece will gain even more recognition. The rarity of mint-condition survivors means the maximum value could one day climb to $7,000 or even $9,000. This growth is not just speculation. It follows the well-known trend in numismatics where quality and rarity drive prices steadily upward. People sometimes wonder if its value is high or low. The truth is that its value is already significant, but compared to its future potential, it still has room to grow. Today's maximum value in auctions may reach $5,000, but tomorrow's market could easily push those boundaries much higher. The demand for this coin also reveals much about human nature. Collectors across Australia and around the world want to own something that represents both heritage and investment. When thousands of people compete for a limited number of pristine coins, prices rise naturally, and that is exactly what is happening with the 1980 edition. This coin was built during a time of national pride, reflecting Australia's identity in the late 20th century. It was not created as a commemorative but as a functional piece of currency, which makes its collectible journey even more impressive. It transformed from a coin of commerce into a prize of passion. Collectors today appreciate the balance between history and beauty that this coin represents. It carries the weight of Australia's story in metal form, and owning one is like holding a part of that heritage in your hand. That connection to history ensures that interest in this coin will never fade. Every time one appears in perfect condition, it sparks a new wave of excitement among buyers. Dealers highlight it, collectors rush to bid, and prices climb higher with every passing year. The energy around the 1980 no mint mark coin shows how much people truly want it. Even those who inherit one or stumble upon it in their collections are often surprised by how much it can bring in the market today. From the perspective of someone holding one, it is not just a coin, it is an opportunity, a key to both financial gain and historical preservation. The maximum prize that can be achieved right now is already inspiring, stretching into the thousands of dollars. But for those who hold on to it, the possibility of even higher rewards is very real. That is why many collectors consider the 1980 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin a wise investment for the future. This coin is not simply valuable. It is proof that ordinary objects can become extraordinary over time. Its journey from 1980 to today is a testament to the power of patience, preservation, and passion. The Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1980 with no mint mark is therefore one of the most desirable pieces in modern Australian coinage. It has history, it has beauty, it has demand, and most importantly, it has value that continues to rise. If you own one in outstanding condition, you are already ahead. You hold something that thousands of people want, something that can sell for up to $5,000 today, and something that could reach nearly $9,000 in the future. That is the promise of this coin, and that is why it deserves to be treasured. Next up, the Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1981 with no mint mark is one of those coins that looks simple at first but carries a rich history and a story of value that continues to grow. This coin is a symbol of Australia's modern coinage and has become a highlight for collectors who understand its importance. The coin was produced in 1981, a period when Australia had already embraced decimal currency for over a decade. By then, the 50-cent coin had firmly replaced the round silver version of 1966, and the dodecagonal shape had become instantly recognizable in every household. Yet, it is precisely coins from this time that are rising in demand because of the way collectors now appreciate their rarity in top condition. The obverse side carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, once again designed by Arnold Machin. This design captured the Queen in a youthful and elegant profile, which has since become one of the most collected images on Australian coinage. The reverse displays the national coat of arms, with the kangaroo and emu flanking the shield, representing both tradition and forward movement. Its history is tied to everyday life in Australia. Millions of these coins were struck, but most entered circulation, were used constantly, and quickly developed scratches, marks, and wear. Finding one in perfect mint state today is the real challenge, and that is exactly what gives this coin its modern collectible power. Collectors across the world want this coin. Whether in Australia, the United States, or Europe, there is a growing market for decimal-era Australian pieces. Where can you buy it? The best options are auctions, trusted dealers, coin shows, and even online platforms where collectors trade and sell. And where can you sell it? The same places provide opportunities for profit. Auction houses in particular can generate bidding wars for high-grade examples, while private collectors are often willing to pay top dollar if the coin matches their collection's needs. Is it worth that much? The answer is yes. In its current market, this coin has already shown the ability to attract impressive prices. Circulated examples bring smaller amounts, but the coins preserved in mint or proof-like condition can achieve values ranging from $1,000 to $3,000 depending on quality. The very best examples are where the magic happens. A flawless, shining, perfectly preserved 1981 50-cent coin can currently sell for up to $5,000 in some cases. That number has surprised many who once thought these coins were common, but collectors understand that rarity in condition is what drives prices upward. Should you keep it? Absolutely, if it is in great condition. Holding on to it can be a wise choice, because with each passing year, more coins disappear from the market or degrade in quality, making top examples even rarer and more valuable. If you are wondering whether sealing the coin can make a difference, the answer is yes again. Storing your coin properly, ideally in a protective case or capsule, helps maintain its condition. A coin free from scratches, moisture, or environmental damage will always command the maximum price when sold. The maximum value right now for the 1981 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with no mint mark sits near $5,000, but in the future, that figure could easily climb to $7,000 or even $9,000 as collectors compete for the finest surviving pieces. This is why patience pays when it comes to coins like this. History shows us that ordinary circulation coins can become extraordinary treasures with time. The 1981 issue is a perfect example. It was built for use, yet today it is preserved by collectors as an object of national pride and financial reward. This coin represents a bridge between the practical and the collectible. It was struck to serve the economy, but decades later, it stands as an investment and a piece of history. That dual role makes it one of the most compelling coins in Australian numismatics. People often underestimate how many collectors are seeking it. The truth is that thousands of buyers exist, each with their own reason for wanting this coin. Some for nostalgia, some for investment, and some simply for the beauty of the design. As time moves forward, demand will only increase. Coins from the early 1980s are now over 40 years old, and that age adds weight to their collectible appeal. Every year makes them scarcer in pristine form, and every year their market value edges higher. If you own one, you hold more than currency. You hold an asset that can transform into thousands of dollars if preserved well and sold at the right time. It is both a treasure of heritage and a vehicle for financial growth. Selling now can bring rewards, but waiting could unlock even greater value. That choice is part of the excitement of coin collecting, where patience often translates into bigger prizes. The Australia Elizabeth 50-cent coin from 1981 with no mint mark is valuable today, it will be valuable tomorrow, and it will remain a cornerstone of Australian coin history for generations to come. For collectors, it is a must-have. For investors, it is a smart hold. For anyone lucky enough to own one, it is a treasure worth protecting. And for the market, it is a coin whose story is only just beginning to reach its peak. If you keep it sealed, preserve it, and hold it with care, you may one day achieve the maximum prize this coin has to offer, thousands of dollars and the pride of owning one of Australia's most iconic treasures.